Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Let's talk about Survivor 49, Episode 4. We got a tribe swap.
We knew it was coming. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.
And support us on Patreon, please, at patreon.com/nerdtainment.
Join us. Join our Discord.
Yeah, $1.
You can...
$1 a month.
Discord is $5.
As little as.
As little as $1 you can join us.
Yeah, but $5 and you get in on the Discord, which is actually quite fun.
And also, don't forget we have merch.
New merch. That's the old merch.
This is the old classic. You know, if you're in a classic.
Stand by. Like, you could wear that anytime.
Yeah, anytime.
We've got a whole new sports line. Check it out. Okay.
Wait, did I already do but first?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, great.
You
Moving
did.
on.
Wow, that's short-term memory.
What? Who? Who are you?
Okay, we're coming off of Jake's elimination from the game by the doctors. Medical evacuation. Yes, the snake eliminated Jake.
Yeah.
And who was gone next?
Jeremiah. Voted out. So, of course, we've got our two Kellas just coming back being like...
Pathetic.
What? Is it just us?
Wow.
Just us here?
Real quiet back here. Well, let's go to bed.
Let's go to bed. Now, before... No, let's get into it. I was like, why are y'all sleeping by the ocean?
On the beach.
And then the water... Why?
Where's the camp?
Where...
Like, do they really have no camp to speak of?
They do have a little bit of camp. We're going to see it later.
But why is the water so close?
Why are they down at the beach? That is literally where a snake just took out one of your members. He was just up on the beach where the water comes trickling up.
So when they're actually seemingly awoken by the tide in the morning, water rushing up over their bodies. Again, the snake bit Jake in that shallow of water. And now it's rolling over you to wake you up?
They jump up. Their boat's like out to sea. Sophie's lost her shoes. And this tribe is like,
gone.
What are you doing?
They are an absolute disaster. So we go to what is a swap. Thank God for Sophie and Alex. I mean, everybody had to know it was coming. There's no way you can do like a 2-person tribe, whatever.
No.
But
what is a fake out?
Jeff.
There have been plenty of times
Survivor fake out
that people have come up, we've done a swap instead of a challenge, and people are like, oh, cool, not a challenge. But never, I don't think, has Jeff been like, look, there's 2 spots for each. Right. What are you doing?
I know. And
what are we doing?
And whoever it was who said on the way out, like, wait, we're not doing a challenge. They just, that was a gimme for Jeff to be like, nope. We faked you out. Like, they just played right into his hand to be like, we're not doing the thing. Jeff's like, no, I gotcha.
Gotcha. Ha ha ha. Gotcha.
So anyway.
Okay.
Drop your buffs. Sophie is wearing somebody else's shoes, right?
Right? We don't even know. They don't fit her, but we don't even know whose shoes they are.
And you're just praying. Like, they're talking about how Kella's... the worst camp. They have nothing there. They have no shelter, no comfort, no fire, no nothing. Please, like, nobody would want to go to Kella Beach.
And producers are like, oh, we're sending people
We're
there.
sending actually half of you to Kella Beach. So the way they split them up, Uli Red is going to go away, okay? And it's going to be Hina Yellow and Kella Blue.
Yes.
The camp with absolutely everything and the camp with absolutely nothing.
Which, okay, I would produce it that way, of course, as well.
Of
and
course.
I'm very happy for 2 tribes.
Very happy. Let's just do that.
Of course, there's only 7 people each. It's not like crazy numbers, but sure, whatever.
Still.
Let's do that.
So they split them up. Conveniently, Sophie and Alex, the 2 remaining Kella Blue, end up on different tribes. So Sophie ends up on the Hina Yellow.
That's interesting.
Alex ends up on the Kella Blue.
Okay. Split them up.
Do we want to walk through the rest of them?
Well, let's walk through it only to the point that...
There's a majority on each tribe.
There could have been a boring way and an exciting way. And so, true to season 49, we are going to get the most boring way to split these people up.
Yeah. We're going to end up with 4 Hina Yellows on one tribe and 4 Uli Reds on the other tribe.
Just enough.
Could have been
to have
3 and 3 with the Kella Blue in the middle. Ooh. And where do they go?
That would have been fun.
No.
Or a mixture with like 2 Kellas. What do we do
then? Yeah.
No, we are going to get a clear majority, a one person who obviously you scoop up, and then 2 people on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Or you don't
Here we
even
go.
need to scoop up that one person. The 4 can just pick off all 3.
They could, but it's going to be an obvious those 2 are the out because you, of course,
Because
would scoop up.
the red and the yellow are going to want to
single
go
person.
after each other.
Exactly.
Nobody gives a crap about Kella Blue at this point because they're, again, pathetic. How many times can I say it? But we've got, the 4 from Uli Red, Rizzo, Jawan, Nate, Savannah on the new yellow. And then we've got Steven, MC, Christina, Sophie all together from Hina Yellow, now on the new Kella Blue. So those are our new tribes. We're going back to our camps and we're seeing, the new relationships form.
Right. I mean, we got to kind of basically start over.
Yeah.
Sure.
I love to see Sophie from Kella Blue working it right away.
Oh, and she's so happy. She's got new life.
She's got a hammock.
And oh my God, she's got a hammock. And she's like, I know who I'm going to be besties with. The majority.
Of course.
Let me start those conversations.
Nate, let's talk. Savannah, let's talk.
Girlfriend.
Never have I ever seen someone be like, it's like I'm looking in the mirror. I love you.
I love you.
Savannah's
We're so similar.
obsessed with Sophie. She's like, Uli Red who? I don't care about any of my Uli Reds. Like, I found this girl and she reminds me of my friends back home. So automatically I want to trust her. I mean, what I love about that is such human nature.
It is.
To be drawn to yourself,
Similar.
things you recognize, things that feel familiar. So I love this moment where she doesn't know this girl from anybody.
No, but she's
all of a
like-
sudden she's like, I think you're my number one.
Bestie.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and then honestly, it was at that moment that I realized they were the only 2 ladies. I didn't realize that at first.
Oh, interesting.
But she was like, we're the only 2 girls. And I was like, wait, what? Okay.
And of course, Sophie's like, oh, you want information? Alex played his idol. I promised him I wouldn't tell, but
Sophie was like, let me be very clear.
I'm
I
gonna
want
make
to
myself
work with you.
valuable.
Here's some tea.
Yeah.
And she spills quite a bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Kella, I felt like this was, okay, first off, why is there underwear hanging from a tree?
I can't explain anything at that camp. The shoes are in the water, the underwear's in the tree. Nothing is where it should be.
First off, whose underwear is it? You left. You either got voted out or you
And you left your underwear
you
drying in the
left
tree?
to swap with your without your underwear.
You know what? I think if I got voted off Survivor, I'd leave my underwear too. I'd be like, what am I going to do? Wash it and wear it again?
Yeah, well, take it to Ponderosa and burn it. Like, don't
No, I'm
leave
going to
it
let
for.
the producers burn it. I don't want that. Not interested.
But they're all like, should we say where we're from and what we do? They're all like that.
Well, and Shannon's going to do the breath work. She's going to maintain that as her like character thread.
100%. 100%.
And I do like seeing the close-ups as she's doing the breath work because half of the people are into it. Like Christina seems really into it and like is really centering herself.
Yeah.
And then Alex is kind of opening his eyes. Steven's sitting there with his eyes open. Like some people are into it, some people are not.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
everybody's humoring it
Sure.
in their own way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Steven, who's sitting there with his eyes open,
Yeah.
is telling us Shannon is a shark.
She's a shark in guru clothing or guru body. And I'm like, it does feel a little thick. It feels a little forced.
Yeah.
Everyone is sharing, but she's the only one who's like forcing people to do her activity with her. No one else is like, let's do math together or whatever it is that they do.
And he's just like, she's leveraging this thing that is like very sort of the moment, self-care. Let's take care of ourselves and I will guide you through taking care of yourself on this island in this incredibly difficult experience. But Steven's like, but she actually is incredibly smart.
Yeah.
And this is probably a strategy. And I don't know if everybody's clocking that in the way that I am.
Yeah, I think she's smart and I think she's using it clearly to just like connect.
Yeah, it's a connection thing.
Because everyone needs to connect, especially when you're in the minority.
Yeah.
So like I totally get that like, hey, let me do what I can for people to like know I'm a real person and like I have feelings. But when she presents like this is what she does, honestly, it did feel like she was selling to me watching. Because she's like, thank you for breathing with me. Like, this is what I do. Here's my business
Here's
card.
my card.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a different vibe, though.
It is. It is. Back on Hina Yellow, Nate is really into Sophie. He's like talking about a dream he had of his kids, and Sophie's there and connecting with him, and he's like, wow, Sophie's like really an open book. She is doing the social work and embedding herself with this group. Jason, formerly of Hina Yellow, is not so much, because he's talking to Savannah, who's from the original Uli Red, and he's like, yeah, that original Hina Yellow, I think I'm incredibly loyal to that. And she's like...
Hey, Jason, what a choice that was.
Yeah.
I'm so close with them, love them. I'll hook you up with them when we all get together.
She's like, where are you going?
She's like,
you think you're making it to merge?
I don't want to be the bottom of your group with your friends.
No.
Well, how is that a pitch?
You're here with me now.
Yeah. And so, I'm the majority.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are you offering me?
I was like, Jason.
So that you can get back to your friends.
What are you saying?
And then she's like, and Matt, let me put on my investigative journalist hat.
Yeah.
And grill ya. Yeah. And so he's talking about his, job at the airline. And she's like, what did you do before that?
Yeah.
Totally normal question. Can't believe nobody's asked Matt that yet. We need to learn to be curious about other people. Because Matt's like, well, I was a really high up executive in finance.
Yeah.
If you must know. And she's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Now,
how does nobody know that? He's like, well,
nobody's asked.
You're the first one to ask me. And I'm like, people. Ask questions.
You've got to ask. But that's the thing, is that we all love to talk about ourselves. And so people who know that will ask questions and deflect off of themselves.
Oh, yes. You're saying humans broadly.
Broadly love to talk about themselves. Yeah. All you have to do is ask questions.
That's it.
But instead, they're talking about themselves. They're not asking questions.
Yeah.
And so I do think that's funny to see that here. Is like, most people are just talking about themselves.
Yeah.
And Savannah, I mean, she keeps talking about being like a journalist reporter, but she's a Scorpio. This is classic Scorpio vibes. They honestly do want to know like what's going on underneath. They want to know like, what else?
Yeah.
And so it's very natural for her to be like, and then what else did you do? Where he's like, no one else thought to ask me that.
And I feel like he's not quite prepared even for how to answer it, right?
Mm-mm.
He just kind of like gives up quite a bit, I think. I think he might have like tried to frame it a little bit differently if he had been prepared for that, but nobody had asked him before. So what Savannah decides now that she knows this about Matt is that he's a sociopath.
Okay, I didn't.
That's a leap.
That's a leap.
Is that a Scorpio leap, or what kind of a leap is that?
I don't know what that leap. I don't know where that came from. I think she dated someone in finance.
She's like, here's the deal. I've actually never met anybody who got that high up who wasn't a sociopath.
Yeah.
And I forget who she's talking to. Is it Jason or who? I forget. They're like, oh.
Wait, what? It wasn't Jason. It was someone on her Uli tribe.
Yeah. Maybe it was Jawan.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, no, really? You're being serious?
A sociopath?
He's like, that's a strong word.
Yeah. She's like, no.
This
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm a reporter.
Not just like someone we can't trust.
A sociopath. Yeah. So she's like clearly got her sights set on Matt. Then we bounce back to Kella Blue a little bit more. It's still sort of about Shannon and Sage because they're the two minority on this tribe.
Right.
But before that, well, we see Christina and Shannon connecting.
Yes.
Christina kind of floats like, maybe we could bring Alex in. Like, I'm drawn to you. Get the most tear-jerking backstory of Christina's
and her mom. We knew her mom had passed away from a drug overdose, which is just heartbreaking. But then to hear the whole story, they're besties, mom and daughter. And it was just after a procedure, prescription med addiction, like, you hate to hear it.
Yeah, and she's like, my best friend died that day. She's crying.
And it's literally the anniversary of the death, which is just also tough.
So horrible.
But they do it. I love this package. I love to get to know, the players.
Christina's my winner pick, as you know.
And Shannon's right there, like, connecting. So they're having that moment.
Yes. And then we go to Sage. And Sage is like basically echoing what Steven said. I don't trust Shannon. Sage actually, I think, takes it a step, maybe a half a step further than Steven does, where she's like, I actually think she's using this woo-woo, faith-based, whatever, as a weapon in this game.
Yeah, because she was like, I've just spent 8 days with Shannon.
Yeah.
And like, she's spiritual.
Yeah.
But we come over here and people are like, oh, I love Jesus. And all of a sudden, Shannon's like, Jesus is my best friend.
Yeah.
She's like amped it up, which again, the two of them are in the minority. You gotta connect. Yeah. It being her strategy, totally understandable. But Sage is saying, like, I can't fake it. Like, I can't put on a show. Which, y'all, Sage is my Sag. We can't fake it.
Sage is real.
Sage, we show it on our face. If we don't like you, you know. Yeah. It's so hard to fake
There's
it.
clearly something coming, I think, with Sage and Shannon. Because let's not forget, when it was the original Uli tribe, Sage had that moment where she tried to reach out to Shannon, and Shannon ran and told Savannah right away. So they are like setting some steps in place, and I want to know where those steps go.
Oh, they're going somewhere.
For these two.
And I'm here for it. I mean, I love me as a Sagittarius. I'm also a spiritual girl, so this is
That's a clash.
These are my two.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now we go to immunity, right?
Yep.
Immunity and reward. Somebody's like, Jeff, all I want is a banana. And he's like, well, you don't say.
You don't say. Let me show you. I got a whole bunch of bananas over here. But then the other Sophie with an E, was like, Jeff, I want carbs.
Yeah. Where's the pizza?
This fruit ain't going to do it for me. And Jeff was like, that was not what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Sophie.
He's like, well, actually, scientifically, fruit is also carbs.
He's like, what about the rest of it? Yeah. Everybody else is like, I'll take the banana, please.
Yeah, right.
Please give me fruit. Give me fruit. I thought it was funny. I mean, I thought it was funny because Sophie's like the only one who's like, I don't want this. And everybody else is like, yes, I do.
I mean,
but it reminded me of us.
You took the words out of my mouth. It reminded me of you because every reward, you're sort of like, I don't want this. I think until it gets to, which one is it? Is it like pasta or something where you're like, this is the reward I want?
Well, yeah.
Because you can't really do the protein rewards generally.
No, but at least I understand that's a solid reward. Yeah.
But like, you always talk about like
if
coffee.
If you give me coffee
alcohol,
or chocolate.
No.
If you give me just desserts. Yeah. And now, I mean, please alcohol, but not really.
Course, yeah.
Yeah, they like to be like pastries.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, so you're going to jack me up real quick and then I'm going to crash.
Yeah. And I'm probably going to puke because it's like too much of the like.
It's not good for you. No. At least fruit is good for you.
Yes,
I understand what she means. It's like not filling. But like, at least that one was good. But yeah I thought about us.
I definitely did. So this is an interesting challenge because now we've got a brand new Kella blue that's actually stacked with Hina yellows.
Which has done well historically.
And so it's basically like, are we finally going to see Kella blue win a challenge? Indeed we are. Yeah, we are. It's kind of neck and neck.
No, this was fun at the end.
Yeah.
So they're neck and neck through the water. They pull a boat out of the water, and then they have to get on land and go over a balance beam.
This is where it separates a little bit.
Matt struggles. He falls a few times.
Which is interesting to me because I really thought he was going to be like surprisingly adept at these physical challenges. I know he's like the older guy, but like as a luggage carrier for an airline, I was like, oh, this guy's got the goods.
Well, look, it's only one person going across the beam. They pick. Hello.
Excuse me. Oh, phone's going off. Okay, one person going across the beam.
Now they have to be on the video with us. Hello. No, I mean, I just feel like if you're going to pick to be the one, don't be falling.
Yeah.
Wait, was that Debbie? I think Debbie did that. That's a classic Debbie move.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'm the one.
And then
I was a gymnast and my specialty was balance beam. That's what Debbie would do back in the day.
Anytime we can remember Debbie, we should.
It's a treat. But Matt does fall a couple times on the balance beam. But like you said, once they get to this tower, it sort of evens out. I mean, Kella Blue has the lead, but then they can't quite get the height because I think they put Rizzo on Nate's shoulders on the Hina Yellow team. And that height, Rizzo starts to like stack the blocks and close the gap between the two tribes.
Yep.
But then it does ultimately become this like how do we get taller? Do we do a pyramid? Do we do like a cheerleading thing where MC's going to stand and try to balance in people's hands? So
I have to say, producing or creating this challenge
very smart.
Was really well done.
I totally agree.
Because you're just too short. And you have to figure out another way to get taller. I was like, oh, wow, they did a really good job on figuring out the height and the cubes.
And there's just it's not like a single skill. You could have a tall person, right? Like Nate has the height and he uses that to help his tribe close the gap, but you also have to be strong because you're trying to put another person on your shoulders.
Probably have like good core.
Yes, and the person on top of you also has to have good core because they're balancing high up in the air, and like it's just the wits about you to not use the tower for balance. Remember when MC was like, almost bracing herself on the tower? I was like, girl, don't use that. Like that's the most delicate piece here.
She's like, I will just go down.
Yeah. So it really was, I thought, really brilliantly produced because it also wasn't just like two people figuring it out. It was the whole tribe coming together to try to figure out the strategy.
Yeah, we see Shannon come up and down like multiple ways trying to get her a different, like you said, like so then Rizzo's going to come down and they're going to switch up over there. And so it is neck and neck. I really enjoyed the like who's going to get it. It is going to be Kella Blue, which like, sure, let's celebrate for Kella Blue, but it is the majority Hina, so it shouldn't be
really
surprising.
What I'm celebrating for is Alex not having to go to tribal, but you feel equally bad for Sophie.
Exactly.
And Jeff points it out where he's like, well, a lot of your first time. Sophie, same old story.
Girl, you right back in it.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed for you. That's right. But exciting. Okay, great. Kella, go off, do your thing, and now Hina Yellow.
We're going to focus on Hina Yellow.
Figure it out.
So first, Rizzo needs his vote. And they've all been waiting for this moment, the Uli Red tribe. And so they go digging at the well, actually without Rizzo. It's Savannah, it's Jawan, it's Nate digging at the well to find the clue.
Because let us not forget, it's a group idol.
Everybody knew about it.
Everyone knew, or Beware Advantage, I should say. But I will say it was interesting that they were all like, get it for Rizzo, find it for Rizzo.
Well, because if Rizzo didn't have his vote, that throws off the majority that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, but if you have Sophie, you actually don't need Rizzo.
True. But they're probably just like, who knows if we can really trust
If I were
Sophie.
David, you would have just found it yourself and taken it.
100%.
Yeah. So, like, I understand Rizzo needs his vote, but does he really, or do I need this idol? Just thinking.
That would have been fascinating because I'm like, I don't know how I would hide that.
No, well, and they don't even try.
You can't blame Sophie, Jason, Matt for finding it because they don't know that the
Sophie
thing is
doesn't know about it. It's Savannah is with like what
Nate
Jawan
and Jawan.
Okay, so Savannah's the one who's like, we should start digging. It's here, right?
Yeah.
She should have zipped it, and one of them just come back later and done it themselves. But Rizzo was probably on his way. Whatever. Here we are.
They take the clue to him,
digging it up,
and then he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go off into the water, and I'm gonna find my idol." And get my vote back. And
he does. Nothing is exciting here. He finds it very easily. No ball and chain for him. Although I did think to myself, wait, did only one person on this tribe have that Beware advantage? What if we had two on one tribe?
And interestingly, they're at the beach for Hina Yellow. Right? They're not even at the Uli Red beach.
No, I know, but it doesn't matter. It's said like wherever you are, go
right,
here.
But I guess my point is like, if the Uli Red and the Hina Yellow had
so
the
MC,
idols,
right? It's MC
so
who has the
MC
other one.
and Rizzo were on the same beach.
That's what I'm saying. They could have both been running to the well. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
What would have happened? That would have been way more interesting. But once again, we're not going to get that.
We're going to take the boring path.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rizzo gets his vote back. And then what it really becomes is the focus on Matt and how Matt is playing the game. Matt's going around saying, well, Sophie's the obvious choice, everybody. I think we vote Sophie. And then he's pulling people aside and saying, no, we got to blindside Nate.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I have a better idea. Let's get Nate out.
I actually don't hate that idea.
I don't hate it at all, of course. Go for it. You should be trying to do something to keep you and Jason safe.
But
Absolutely.
what you don't even have at this point is Jason on your side selling the same narrative. You've got Jason out here saying, don't vote for me. I'm playing my shot in the dark.
Jason is just making choices left and right that I'm like, wait, what?
They said, sir, not only are you saying you can't wait to get back with your Hina yells,
Yes.
but now you're going to tribal council. You are in the minority, and you won't even tell me you're willing to write down Matt's
Not even
name.
pretending to be like, sure. I'll write it down, whatever you want. I don't understand. I mean, it's a strategy. He's making choices.
But it's like you actually are coming off as the most threatening of all the Hina yellows now. Because you have undying loyalty.
And pair that with the fact that he's a puzzle master. You just watched him win for your tribe over and over and over again. And if I put all those together, I'd be like, Jason's got to go.
I'm actually shocked they didn't vote him out.
Yeah,
because of that.
I was like, Jason is just building his
Yeah.
threat level left and right. I honestly was surprised that they went with Matt.
Yeah. And we see Matt pitch Jawan on the Nate plan, and Jawan's like, whoa. Because basically Matt is like, we only need one person.
Yeah.
Me, Jason, Sophie. Little does Matt know, he doesn't have Sophie. He doesn't have Jason. Like, I don't know.
Here's the thing. Yeah. This could have been really exciting.
Yeah.
Had Jawan really realized he was at the bottom, because he really was at the bottom.
Yeah.
If he was like, you're right, let's make a move. But unfortunately, I think of all the people on his tribe, Jawan did like Nate. So that's
best.
the wrong pick.
Because they're both Hollywood people.
Had it been Savannah, maybe it would have worked. Something else.
Yeah.
But like, unfortunately, Matt doesn't have the relationships yet. And Jawan is just not as aware of how in danger he probably was.
Yeah.
So it didn't work.
No.
But it could have worked in a different world.
But
I
it
can't blame Matt for trying.
Yeah.
And he does, if you haven't watched my interview with him yet, please do, because we do go through all of this of like, what you doing, sir? And he talks it through. So it makes sense from his perspective.
Yeah. Well, we go to tribal. Right off the bat, Uli Red is like, Sophie is with us now.
Yeah.
She is our daughter.
No, Nate was lit. Nate was on fire. Late was lit.
Late was Nate.
Nate was like, old boy's been saying my name.
Uh-huh. Oh.
I have things to say.
Yeah.
And he was like,
So
I've got Sophie.
Sophie's actually with me.
Yep.
And
you've been throwing people under the bus.
but they talk about I mean, look, when he said that, I was like, that is what Survivor's about.
It is.
It is about
But that's also a
pushing
stretch.
someone else in front of the bus so that you don't get run over by it.
Also, why Sandra catching all the strays?
Yeah.
What's up
Jeff was like, it worked twice, by the way.
She's our 2-time winner?
Well,
If you haven't
maybe
heard.
we don't say that's a bad way to play the game.
Queen
If it
say
worked
queen.
twice.
Okay? The
Yeah.
slander? Not a good look, Matt.
I like it's so rich
Not
when
gonna
people
lie.
are like, ew, this way. And Jeff's like, it's actually a winning strategy. Twice.
Literally won with that strategy.
Sandra actually didn't change her game at all in between those two seasons, and she won both times.
And you're not going to pick jury. Ooh. Like the yikes. Ooh.
Yeah, but people like to fancy themselves above all of that.
Keep fancying.
And this is what happens.
This is what happens. Yeah.
So anyway, Matt's a little like, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm throwing people under the bus.
No, and he didn't. Saying sure them is not throwing someone under the bus.
Right.
So I
But
did
it's-
appreciate his response of like, okay then.
It's just, what I loved about this tribal council was Uli Red was kind of like talking in code as you do in
Yes.
tribal council, to the point where Jason was like, I actually don't know if I'm the honest one or the deceptive one.
Yeah.
And that's why it just was like such a reminder of when people are like, I learned so much about myself and human communication on Survivor. I'm like, this is that example where you don't know, you're listening to people talk and you're trying to decipher it and understand if they're talking about you. I think that really teaches you so much about how people receive what you are saying and forces you to reflect on what you've said to people and how they've received it based on like coded language. It's just like, it is such a mind game
And then especially watching it back.
Yes.
And seeing their honest response, maybe in a confessional.
It's just such a class in human
But I did think it was
communication.
really interesting, also a class in self-awareness.
Yes.
Because
how could you
Jason,
not know?
You're
as
obviously
Jason?
the one. That was barely code. I mean, I thought it was fascinating that they're not saying names, so they're like one person this and one person that. And for them both to be like, I'm not
Was I lying?
sure which one I am, but I was like, Jason,
you were actually brutally honest
you
to
were
a fault.
clearly the one that they're saying is still with other people.
Yeah.
How is he missing that?
Yeah.
But I'm sure watching it back, he was like,
Oh, I see now.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yep.
Yeah. So we actually see some votes.
We do.
Sophie votes for Jason. And I love how she's like, Hina, Hina, Hina. She's like in a little dig in of
Hilarious.
I'm sick of hearing you
That's
do
a
that.
thing, yeah.
And then we see Nate vote for Matt because Nate's like, you said my name
We also saw Matt vote for Nate.
too many times. Yeah. Right.
So we saw those 3 votes. So we know we've got 3 different votes happening.
Mm-hmm.
But those are the only 2 for the other. It's going to be... Well, that's not true.
No,
There's
that's not
2
true.
for
There was
Jason.
one extra Jason.
There's
I actually
2 for
meant to
Jason.
stay to the end of the episode and see who that extra
It was
Jason
the
vote
2
was.
ladies. It was Savannah and Sophie.
Okay. And do you think that was just as fail safe?
I think they split it up. They said girls do Jason,
Yeah.
dudes do Matt. Because there is a little conversation, right? Because Nate's now mad that Matt has said his name. Fair. So he's like, Matt's got to go. Whereas Savannah and Rizzo both were like, prefer Jason to go.
Yeah.
So they do waver a little bit, but ultimately, I guess they were like, all right, fine. We'll do 2 on Jason, 3 on Matt. So the 2 ladies did Jason.
I would have voted Jason.
I would have too.
Matt has shown his hand. Jason, you don't know. Well, in a way, I guess Jason has shown his hand too. He's not going to work with you.
Jason doesn't want to work with you. He was threatening not even to vote with you.
Yeah.
He ends up not playing his shot in the dark.
Yeah.
He does vote Matt. So there was probably a conversation we didn't see. But I just feel like Jason is so strong with the puzzles. He's not really someone I want to get to merge.
Yeah.
He's obviously connected with his other tribe, and he's really good at puzzles. Get him out.
Yeah.
I mean, good for him for staying, but I'm just saying that's who I would have voted out.
I would have voted for him
because
too.
I feel
No
like
question.
Matt, and I think Sophie was trying to say this, Matt is someone we can kind of just bring along. He's not a threat.
Yeah.
Now, he is actually super close with Steven, I think, or it seemed like he was in that majority over on OG whatever. So maybe he would have ended up being a number and a threat.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
I would have cut Jason, and I would have then gone to him and been like, okay, look, you said my name.
Yeah.
But I saved you.
Yeah.
And so you owe me.
Yep.
So now let's work together because
Yeah.
I'm giving you a second chance. Matt was a little bit more of an open book. Seemed like he was willing to talk, strategize. Jason is so closed off and Hina only. So to me, I would have been like, you're a lost cause. You're never going to work with me. Matt is at least trying something.
Yeah.
And if I show him some grace, maybe he'll owe me.
Yeah.
I can test his loyalty. And if he's not loyal, it's super easy to get him out at the next tribal council pre-merge.
If you haven't merged.
Yeah.
The concern is merge.
Right.
Which is why I would take Jason out. But if you have a puzzle, the next challenge, it's good to keep Jason in.
Yeah. So Matt's gone.
Matt's gone.
Check out the exit interview.
Please
Sarah
do. We
said.
did chat. I asked him about why he didn't play his shot in the dark. I asked him what the conversations actually were and what he thought was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he does explain that. He also explains why he was put on the balance beam and why that didn't work out. So I did appreciate the information he was giving me
Yeah.
through that conversation. So check it out.
Yes.
I would say this is the first semi-exciting episode.
Well, yeah, because we're seeing a bunch of non-Kella people at Tribal. We saw a bunch of torches get lit at Tribal Council. That's exciting.
Absolutely. We had to see people scramble and strategize, even though it wasn't brilliant strategy.
Yeah.
They were forced to do it, and so
It's just such a bummer to
it's the first exciting
see it play out
episode.
like this because none of these people have had their relationships tested at a Tribal Council before, except for Kella Blue. And to then just go to a tribal where it's 4 against 2,
I know.
it's a bummer.
It is a bummer that this whole season is
Because
just
now
I gotta do
the Uli Reds, who are in the majority here, these 4, it's not testing their relationships with each other because they're just like, well, let's all just stay together and get these yellows out.
Right, because even Jawan wasn't in that group, but now he is. So it's like we're not actually working these relationships.
Yeah.
But it's a slow burn that we hope gets real spicy. Yeah. Maybe come merge, right?
Yes.
We've got good characters. I don't think it's the casting.
I know.
There's something off though.
It's something about the game.
It could be the game, guys. It could be.
It's the game and the challenges and the 3 tribes, and it's just like.
It could be a combination of factors.
I hope we redid something for 50.
Look, I'm sure we redid for 50.
Yeah.
But let's also redo for 51.
Drop the 5, keep the 1. New
hey! Yeah. Drop the something and do the something.
Yes.
And let's have a something. Okay? All right. You guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate you so much.
Yes, and if you're joining later, let us know how you feel about Matt's elimination and their decision to keep Jason, and can Sophie ever win a tribal immunity at this point?
Sophie, make it to final 3, girl.
Yeah.
Make it to final 3. Rooting for you. We forgot to mention this in our Amazing Race recap on Monday, but this next recap is a different day and time. It is going to be Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific. So if you are watching Amazing Race with us, please note that time change.
Yep.
But Survivor will be back next Thursday, same time.
Same time.
Right?
Yes.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Let us know how you're feeling about this season.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.